What is going on, everybody? ZyoniK here, and in today's video we're going to take a look at Scrafty as PvPoke's rankings for the Great League have updated. So you guys will see that some dark type Pokemon are now creeping up to the top of the rankings, that being Umbreon and Scrafty. So in honor of that, we're going to try out Scrafty today. Now Scrafty's biggest weaknesses really are going to be basically Fairy and Fighting. That's what you really got to look out for. Also Flying as well, right? Those super effective moves from maybe an Altaria or a Skarmory. So we kind of built a team around that to really protect it from Pokemon like Azumarill, from fighters, from charmers and stuff like that. So we have Skarmory, Scrafty, and Cresselia. Now I think it's pretty important on this Cresselia to have the Psycho Cut there. That's going to be really important against the Shift Trees and other Scrafties that we are going to see. Now on Skarmory on the lead we have Air Slash, Brave Bird, and Sky Attack. Brave Bird is really nice against those Azumarill matchups where you can throw it and bail right into Cresselia. And Scrafty really does well at closing matches, especially if they have tanks in the back or have tanks that come into the Cresselia that you can farm up a lot of energy for. Now overall today we had an okay day with this team. I think it took a while for me to learn the team. So I had two sets of 2-3, a set of 3-2, and then a set of 4-1. So we're going to take a look at some of the battles that we had, some great ways to learn here. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the team, what you guys think about Scrafty. Have you guys seen the new Great League rankings, and how are you guys going to adjust to that based on what people might start bringing to Go Battle League? So let's go ahead and get right into the battles. Okay, so we are basically mid to high 2300s right now in rank 8. And we have Skarmory on the lead versus Skarmory on the lead. So Caleb Pang has made a really fantastic team of Skarmory double grass. So that's what I suspect a lot of these Skarmory leads will be, is Skarmory double grass. So as you can see, the Skarmory staying in. Now Sky Attack is being thrown. It was too close to get to a Brave Bird right here. So we're going to load up on some energy, and now we're going to swap into our Cresselia. And this is why I'm expecting basically a Shift Tree to possibly come in, or the Meganium. So we're not going to shield right here. I need to save all my shields basically for a Scrafty. Sky Attack does come through, does some nice chip damage, and here comes the Meganium. So this is Caleb Pang's team right here, which is really nice because Scrafty does so well against it. So we're going to go ahead and go for Moonblast, does some nice neutral damage right here, and then a Frenzy Plant I don't believe will KO from this range. We're not going to shield. Like I said, we're saving our shields for that Scrafty, but actually I do shield right there because I didn't know that it wasn't going to do enough. In a later battle I decided not to shield that, and it paid off better. So we're going to go ahead and go for Moonblast right here. Hopefully get the shield. No, we don't get the shield, and they are going to get to a Frenzy Plant. So I think that was a slight misplay on my part. Shouldn't have shielded right there. But that's a great way to learn from it because you can survive that Frenzy Plant from that health range. So now we're going to farm down. We'll likely see the Skarmory come back in, which we will, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and go for Sky Attack here. Now I really have to line up Scrafty versus the Shift Tree right here, which is going to be fine. We do get a shield, which is beautiful, and I'm okay with them throwing whatever charge move they want. We're just going to keep going for Sky Attacks. I don't want to go for Brave Bird right here to lower my defenses and let them basically one-shot me, and we need to take out this Skarmory. So once they throw their energy, if it's another Sky Attack, but we're going to go ahead and go for another Sky Attack. So I'm guessing they're building up to Brave Bird right here, which is going to be fine. So Sky Attack now coming through, gets them low. Now I'm guessing this is going to be Brave Bird, but I'm not going to shield. If it's Brave Bird, that's great. Scrafty can farm down, but it's going to be another Sky Attack, which is fine as well. And they're going to have to throw their energy again. Like I said, because of the build of this team and how common it is, I know that there's like a high % chance that there is a Scrafty in the back, so we're just not going to shield. We're going to come in, and it is going to be a Shift Tree right here, which is going to be beautiful. Counter and Power Up Punch does so much damage right here, and there's really nothing you can do. Now you don't have to worry about the Leaf Blades as well. It doesn't do too much damage, as you guys are going to see. I think I decided not to shield just to showcase here that it does a decent amount, but it's not life-threatening when it comes to a Scrafty. I have to more worry about the charge move from Skarmory. So that's going to be a good game right there. So like I said, in that range, if the Meganium throws right away, I think you can survive with a little bit of health and get off the second Moonblast, which would make Scrafty do better endgame. So we're going into another battle here. We have Skarmory versus Azumarill. Okay, so the matchup where I was talking about where you want to go for Brave Bird and Bail. But we'll see how I decide to play this one out. I think I decide to not go for that strategy, and I just want to go for Sky Attacks, especially since they just threw Ice Beam. So this tells me they may not have Hydro Pump, because typically they'll build up to Hydro Pump. So we're just going to go for Sky Attacks here, which means I'm guessing they have Play Rough as well. So Sky Attack now coming through, going to do some nice neutral damage, but what we really want to do is try to land a Brave Bird. Now I'm guessing another Ice Beam is going to be coming through, which it is. We don't have to shield this. I don't believe I shield. Yeah, I don't shield right here. And then we're going to go ahead and go for Sky Attack. Yeah, we go for a Sky Attack. I build up to Brave Bird. I want to get the shield right here and look to possibly switch to Cresselia if we get the shield. So we get the shield. Now I'm going to go into Cresselia right here. Like I said, we're about drawing out that tank. Now they are going for their charge move, probably going to be an Ice Beam or a Play Rough, which is perfectly fine. It's going to be another Ice Beam, and we're just going to load up on energy. Now they're staying in, which tells me they have something weak to my Cresselia on the team, so I overload on energy and now going for a Grass Knot here. It's going to be doing super effective damage, and we do get a shield. Okay, now they swap in a Bastiodon. This is beautiful right here. So we're just going to keep going for Grass Knots as it's going to do neutral damage against the Bastiodon right here. It's just going to chip away some health, but like I said, look how we have 2 shields and we have a Scrafty. Yes, there's still an Azumarill, but it has a little bit of energy and Foul Play after building up with counters and Power Up Punch can basically KO from that range. So we drew out the tank. We're going to let the Cresselia go down. And then I believe it's going to be a Flamethrower, which doesn't KO us. And I believe I go for a Moonblast right here. No, I actually decide not to throw the charge move because I want more health to farm. So we're going to come in straight in with the Scrafty right here. Now I should have, I could have considered not shielding right here just to see how much damage the Flamethrower would do, but I decided to shield, and we do see a swap out into Defense Form Deoxys. So this is actually pretty scary situation here. Skarmory's low, which is not good, but we have to land a Power-Up Punch first and then go for a Foul Play to do the most amount of damage because Defense Form Deoxys is still a Psychic typing. So this battle's not over, but Foul Play will be doing super effective damage, which is really nice. So we're going to go ahead and go for Foul Play right here. And then I'm going to try to switch into Skarmory thinking I have a bit more health. But I don't. I definitely don't. I thought I had a little bit more there. But we are just going to try to get to the Power-Up Punch right here. This is going to be winning the CMP tie, which is really nice. This will be KOing, I believe. If not, we get in one more counter. No, it will be KOing. Now they bring in a Azumarill, and they have no energy, and they try to swap into Bastiodon on the charge move, but that's fine. And this came really close. We go for the Foul Play. So Scrafty has to really watch out for Defense Form Deoxys. Like I said, you got to watch out for fighters. So counter users is really scary right there, but that was a good battle. And just a showcase of what Scrafty can kind of do. I think my opponent misplayed it. I think if they would have just stayed in with a Azumarill and then tried to catch it later, because I did just throw, but that's okay. You know, we're all learning here. So going into the next battle, we have Skarmory versus Shiftry on the lead. Fantastic. This is really solid. We want to maintain this, and we still have Scrafty for the Shiftry. So I'm just going to go into Cresselia, and it is Azumarill, so we're going to go straight into Cresselia right here. This is really nice, especially with the Psycho Cut Cresselia. You can get to Grass Knots really quickly. Now, charge move coming through. This is most likely going to be the Hydro Pump if they have it, and it is a Play Rough. So that tells me maybe they're Play Rough Ice Beam right here. So now we are going for the Grass Knots. Like I said, super effective damage because of the water typing right here. Chunks away the Azumarill. And we're going to have to look to see about possibly shielding, but I really don't need to shield. I guess it all depends on what they have in the back, but we'll see right here. We'll see if I throw a shield. I think I do throw one. Yeah, and especially since they did not shield right there, I'm okay with shielding one of these. I believe I risk it right here because it's just going to be a Play Rough. Yeah, I do risk it, and we're going to try to commit to the farm down right here. So that was just a guess that they were running. If they were running Hydro Pump, they would have thrown it, but this is great because now we have enough energy to throw the Moonblast against the Shiftry, which is really nice because of that dark typing. It's going to do super effective damage, so they have to shield, and we can maintain our Skarmory versus Shiftry, and whatever they have in the back is likely going to be a tank. You got to think about protecting a Shiftry. They're going to have something like Registeel, Bastiodon, Galarian Stunfisk, and it is going to be a Registeel, and this is where Scrafty goes to town, everyone. This is really nice. It's very punishing when you can line up Scrafty versus a tank because you can just do power-up punches, counter down, and absolutely obliterate whatever's in the back. So a Registeel will be coming in. Now, obviously, we have to worry about Focus Blast because we are that dark typing, so we're just going to be double shielding because the most damage will be coming from Registeel and not the Shiftry like we showed earlier. That Leaf Blade is not going to do a lot. So we just are going to go for another Power-Up Punch. I'm not even going to try to go for foul plays or anything, just straight Power-Up Punch because our Scrafty can absolutely destroy the Shiftry in the back with counter alone and Power-Up Punch. So we are going to see the Shiftry, but they are going to surrender right there. So that's going to be a good game. So yeah, so far enjoying Scrafty, had a fun time with it. Now we're moving into the next battle. We have Skarmory on the lead versus Ferrothorn. Okay, so this is where it all depends on the moveset of Ferrothorn, and I should have read that because it is a lead Ferrothorn, they will likely have Thunder for this exact situation. So we're just going to go ahead and go for Sky Attack right here. It's going to be doing neutral damage, and a lot at that. So now a charge move's coming through, and I should read that it is Thunder. Like, I should be shielding, but I don't. So that's mistake number 1 right there. When you see the Ferrothorn leads, and they swap into Defense Form Deoxys, and we go straight into Cresselia here. So we're actually able to keep Scrafty away from Defense Form Deoxys, which is good. And the Cresselia here can do pretty well in this matchup, but I think another mistake right here, we go for Moonblast, which I think is the better call. It still does some great damage, and it has a chance to lower the attack. But we're going to go for, we could have gone for 3 Grass Knots potentially. So another charge move coming through. I don't think I shield this one. I do decide to shield actually, and it is a Rock Slide. I want to maintain that switch advantage, and we throw the Grass Knot right here. So this is going to be doing more neutral damage to the Defense Form Deoxys. Will we get a shield? No, we don't get a shield. So now I'm going to try to commit to the farm down if I can. Another charge move is coming through. I can't give up a second shield. But this is still going to be tough. I think my call was to not give up the first shield, but then I swapped to Skarmory right here because I'm reading that maybe they have a Azumarill in the back, which is why I kept the Cresselia there, but it is a Marowak. So just looking at the lead, right, we have Ferrothorn, which is going to be really weak to fire. I assumed that maybe they have a Azumarill in the back, which is why I went for saving Cresselia for that potential Azumarill, because Scrafty wouldn't be able to do it alone. Now we are going to bring in Scrafty right here. This is a pretty positive matchup, but we're going to make another mistake, which is why I said today was learning Scrafty. So I'm not going to shield right here. It is going to be a Bone Club, which is great. And we're just going to build up, and we're going to go for the Foul Play right here. This is going to be doing super effective damage because of the Ghost typing, and I just don't want basically them to not shield. And we do land it, which is fantastic. And now I try to switch on the charge move to catch it, knowing that there's no more Azumarill, right? It's Ferrothorn and Alolan Marowak, but this is where we make the mistake right here. We need to go straight Foul Play in this situation. Their win condition right now is if I go for Power Up Punch, which I do, right? I go for Power Up Punch. That was a mistake. They don't shield. They're saving their shield for Ferrothorn, and they are going to be able to get to the Shadow Ball in time right here, which is still going to do quite a bit of damage even though it is resisted. So I have to shield, and then we are going to see the Ferrothorn now come in, and I go for the Power Up Punch, which will get the shield here from Ferrothorn, but that's why I said going for the Foul Play would have been better because they're going to try to save the shield, and that was their win condition because now they can get off the Power Whip. So well played to my opponent. I made some mistakes there, but that's okay. We can learn from this. Just see that as an opportunity, basically to just go for the guaranteed charge move of Foul Play, and we're going to go ahead and move into the next battle now. So like I said, today's team was fun. Scrafty was fun. It's really nice when you line it up against tanks. It's just so satisfying, like when a Registeel comes in and you can just hard farm down. It is definitely a questionable matchups against some of those neutral fights. So now we have Skarmory versus Skarmory again. So something similar. I'm guessing it's gonna be the Caleb Pang team. So we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna build up and keep building up, and both of us are just building up right now. And I think we both think we're running the double grass in the back potentially. So I'm not going to shoot right here. If it's a Brave Bird, fantastic. It's just going to be a Sky Attack, which is fine. We're going to go ahead and go for our own Sky Attack right here. And now I'm going to look to swap. I need to save some energy on the Skarmory, and I'm going to go ahead and go into the Cresselia. Now, I'm okay with them hitting me with a charge move, but they do decide to swap into Scrafty. This is where I said Scrafty has a tough time against Cresselia because of Psycho Cut. That's the big takeaway. Confusion cannot handle the Scrafty, but Psycho Cut can. So Scrafty now is going to be taking quite a bit of damage from Moonblast, right? It's weak to fighting, or Moonblast is super effective to fighting and dark, and we don't have to shield the first Foul Play because it will not one-shot us, so it's likely that they're going to try to go for power-up punches. So we just go straight Moonblast right here, which is fantastic. We get both shields, and now I'm going to look to get this next Moonblast off. Now, I am going to shield right here. I don't want the Foul Play to hit me, but it is another power-up punch, and my opponent does decide to switch, not switch, but get another power-up punch off. So we're just going to shield just in case it was overloaded on energy. I wasn't counting correctly, but they do swap out, which is a great call by them. well played, but they are getting off the charge move here. It is going to be the Sky Attack, and we're just going to go ahead and swap now into our own Skarmory and go for our own Sky Attack right here. Again, we don't want to go for Brave Bird and allow them to farm us down. That'll be bad, so we have to go for the guaranteed damage of Sky Attacks without lowering. Now, if they go for Brave Bird right here, that's going to be perfectly fine, but if it's Sky Attack, so be it. It is going to be a Brave Bird, which is great because what you guys are going to see now is this is going to be a race to finish off. Because they have lower defenses, we can actually win that out right there. So now we're going to go Brave Bird on whatever is coming in. We have enough energy right here. Skarmory is loaded. They are unshielded, and it is going to be that Scrafty again. So we are going to go for the Brave Bird. This is going to be one-shotting the Scrafty, which is really fantastic. And then the final Pokemon is going to be a Meganium. So now we are going to go into Cresselia first. We're going to go for Moonblast right away for a chance to basically proc the lowered attack, and then we're going to go for the Scrafty. So we don't get it. It was lowered to 10%, I believe. And then we go for the Power Punch. Could have just gone straight Foul Play right there. I think that's another thing to take away, but I wanted to go for the guaranteed counter damage. And then just be able to finish off that way, because I don't think an Earthquake or a Frenzy Plant could take us out. But yeah, right there, go for Foul Play. That was a mistake on mine, which is why I'm saying, like, I'm still learning the Scrafty right here. This is the first, I just powered it up this morning. So that was a good game right there to my opponent. And I believe that was the final battle of this set. So we did go 4-1 in the set, which is really nice. But like I said earlier in the morning, it wasn't like that. We were going 2-3, 2-3, 3-2, and then 4-1, so I finally got the hang of it. But this 4-1 set, there was still a lot to learn from, which is going to be great. So I think Scrafty is a good investment. Me personally, as you guys can see with the IVs, I don't have anyone really to trade Scrafties to try to get PvP IVs, so I had to go with my either hatched or Go Battle League Scrafties, basically. And we got up to 2387. So had a fun time with this team. I definitely think Scrafty is a good part of the Great League meta, especially now that it's ranked highly on PvPoke. I don't think a lot of people were respecting it as much. But as you guys saw right there, it does work to those tanks, and it does work to like a lot of those neutral matchups where counter damage can really start adding up. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and like always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.